Hi everyone, I am Ariel Lim and this is Ariel Lim Yoga. So you know who I am, you know what we're doing. Thank you for joining me on the mat today for April Fool's Yoga. So today's practice is all about not taking ourselves too seriously. It's about having a little bit of a laugh, having some fun, and just embracing whatever comes our way. So we are just going to jump right into it. We're going to begin standing closer to the top of our mat, settling in, standing up nice and tall here, letting the shoulders relax back and down, lifting the crown of the head up towards the ceiling or the sky. And we're going to start by just swaying our arms back and forth, waking up the body, waking up the spine. And if you feel a little bit silly doing this, you're on the right track. We're going to just start being silly from the start. Maybe you give your little booty a slap while you're going side to side. It's all good. You're at home. I'm the one on YouTube being silly. So do whatever feels good for you. Taking just a couple moments, maybe speeding up our pace. Beautiful. Don't forget to breathe here. Maybe you find a rhythm with your breath. And then we'll slow it down a little bit. Coming back to center. Now from here, we're going to bend our right knee, lifting it up, and we're just going to do some circles of taking our knee out. So we'll do 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release the foot to the mat, and we'll do that on the left, just waking up the hips here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. And now this time we're going to go the opposite direction. So we'll take the knee in. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release the foot to the floor. And we'll do that on the left, bringing the knee in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Embrace any wobbles in this practice. We're not going to take ourselves too seriously, like we said before. It's April Fool's. We're going to, on an inhale, rise those arms up and overhead, the hands meet in prayer. Maybe you take a little mini back bend here before we forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift, flat back, hands to the shins, to the mat, to the thighs. Exhale to fold, and then we'll step back into a downward facing dog. Maybe you paddle it out here in your downward facing dog. Or maybe you take a moment of stillness before we bring those big toes together to touch and extend the right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. And then we'll bring that right foot towards the left edge of our mat, our right knee towards the right edge, and come down for our pigeon pose. Bringing the leg and the top of the left foot down to the mat for a little stability. Finding your shape here. You don't have to have that shin perpendicular to your mat. If you have it at an angle, that is perfectly fine. You can place a block under your hip as well. Take a nice deep breath here. And exhale. We'll come down to the forearms for a second. Maybe doing some circles. Just waking up that hip. Letting go of any negative energy. This practice is all about having a little fun and letting go of anything that's going to get in the way of that. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Breathe into that hip. And exhale, letting go. And then we'll press ourselves back up, tuck in the left toe, lift up back to downward facing dog. Taking a moment, maybe pedaling it out again, or taking a breath in stillness. And then we'll bring those big toes to touch again. Extend the left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. And then we're going to bring that left foot all the way over to the right, turning onto the side of our right foot here and lift that right arm up towards the sky for a fallen triangle. You thought we were going to do pigeon. April Fools. Keep the hips lifted here. Try to keep your shoulders in line. Inhale. And exhale. We'll bring that right hand back down to the mat and step back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. We'll bring those big toes to touch. Extend the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. And then we'll take our fallen triangle to the left, bringing that right foot all the way over to the left, turning onto the right side, lifting that left arm up, reaching towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale. Bring that left hand back to the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Spicy, huh? We'll bring those big toes to touch. Extend the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. And then we'll go into our pigeon, bringing the left foot to the right edge of the mat, the left knee to the left edge. Adjusting the right leg so that the top of the leg and foot are on the mat. Lifting ourselves nice and tall, finding our shape. Take a nice big inhale here. And exhale to come down to the forearms. Maybe you do some circles with this hip as you breathe into the hip, rinsing away any energy or tension or stress that you do not need. Beautiful. Another nice big inhale and exhale to let it go. Good deal. We're going to come back up, tuck in those right toes, lift up the legs, step back, downward facing dog. This time we'll bring the big toes to touch. Extend the right leg up and back, and then we'll step our right foot in between the hands and come up for a high lunge. Adjust your leggings if you need to. These things never stay up. I don't know what's going on. We'll lift our arms up towards the sky. Inhale. And exhale the hands in prayer at heart center. We're going to take that left elbow and hook it outside of the right knee or thigh for a prayer twist here. Gazing up over that right shoulder. Take a nice big inhale here. And exhale. Another nice big inhale, enjoying the stretch in the legs. Keep that knee bent so that it's over the right ankle. Inhale and exhale. We'll come back to center, back to our high lunge, and then we're going to step this left leg up as we place all of our weight into our right leg for warrior 3, hinging at the hips, keeping those hands in prayer, or maybe you extend them out. If you wobble, if you fall, it is all good. Laugh it off. It's part of the practice, and it's part of the fun of yoga. The mat is always here to catch you, so it's all good. Inhale and exhale. We'll bring our hands to the mat and lift that left leg up for our standing split. Inhale. Exhale that foot back down to the mat for a forward fold. Maybe you clasp opposite elbows, sway side to side. Catch your breath. We have been moving. Whew. Beautiful. We'll release the hands down to the mat, come up for a halfway lift, and then exhale to fold and step back for our downward facing dog. Pedaling it out once more, getting that nice stretch in the back of the legs and the shoulders. And then we'll bring those big toes to touch. Extend the left leg up and back. And then we'll bring it in between the hands and come up for our high lunge. And again, these leggings. We'll lift our arms up towards the sky, reaching up, keeping that nice bend in the front knee so that the knee is over the ankle. Trying to stay up on those right toes. And then we'll bring the hands in prayer and exhale the hands to heart center. And then we'll huck this right elbow outside of the left knee for our prayer twist. Gazing up over the left shoulder. Trying not to dump all of our weight into the thigh, the right thigh here. We want to kind of gently twist. Inhale and exhale. Another nice deep inhale. Breathe through those feet, up through the legs. And exhale. Woo! Embrace those wobbles. Beautiful. We'll come back to center and come up to our high lunge once more, and then taking a couple steps or one step or however you get there, we'll move into our warrior three, straightening through that left leg and lifting the right foot off the floor, hinging at the hips. You can keep those hands in a prayer position or reach them out in front. Take a nice deep inhale here and exhale. Another nice inhale and exhale. Bring those hands to frame the left foot and reach that reach that right foot towards the sky. Inhale in your standing split and exhale to release that right foot to the floor and take a forward fold. Beautiful. We'll inhale for a halfway lift, flat back. And exhale to fold. And from here, we're going to bring our feet about as wide as our mat and start to sink our hips and our booty down for a yogi squat, pressing the elbows into the thighs into the elbows. And we'll just take a moment here, a moment of grounding, a moment of gratitude to ourselves for coming to the mat today, for embracing all of the silliness, all of the wobbles. It's good to have fun sometimes, right? Even in yoga. Take a nice deep inhale here. Breathe through those feet. And exhale. Let it go. We'll bring our bum to the mat. Bring our feet in front of us. A little ways here. Finding ourselves in a nice seated upright position. We're going to extend our arms out with the palms facing out for a boat pose. So we'll begin to lift our feet up off the mat. Maybe you are here. Maybe you can lift those shins parallel with the mat here. Inhale and exhale. On our next inhale, we'll lengthen down into a canoe pose, bringing our legs and our upper body down close to the mat. Inhale. Exhale back to your boat pose. On an inhale, we'll come back to that canoe again. Working that core. Exhale to come back up. And let's do it one more time. Inhale, coming back to our canoe pose. And exhale, back to boat. Bring those feet back to the floor. Sit up nice and tall here. Bringing the arms around the shins. Finding length in the spine. Inhale. And exhale, we'll fold over those knees, letting the head hang heavy here for a moment. Catching our breath. And enjoying the moment. You are doing an amazing job. We are winding down here. Beautiful. We'll begin to lower ourselves down to our backs. Yay! It means we're winding down. I've kicked your butt today, so you deserve a little moment of rest. We're going to hug those knees into the chest, giving ourselves a nice big hug, maybe rocking side to side here. massaging the low back, the mid back. And then we'll bring those knees up so that they're parallel with the floor again. Open our arms into a big Texas T and bring the knees over to the right for a twist. Maybe gaze over towards the left fingertips or up towards the sky. Take a nice deep inhale here and exhale, surrendering into the twist. We'll bring those knees up through center, and then we'll let them fall over to the left, gazing over those right fingertips or again up at the sky. Take a nice deep breath here and exhale. Beautiful. We'll come back to center once more. Hug those knees into the chest, giving yourself one final little squeeze before we reach for maybe the inside or the outside of the feet. And then we'll kick those feet up, bringing the knees towards the armpits. Not have to get that far, obviously, is the intention here. For a happy baby pose, you can rock side to side. You can do little silly things with your legs, whatever feels good to you today. You're at home. Like I said earlier, I'm the one being silly on YouTube. So do what feels good to you. No judgment. It's all about having fun, enjoying the moment, enjoying the stretch. Breathing into those hamstrings. They're getting a little bit of sunshine here. Beautiful. And then you can release into your Shavasana, bringing a foot to either corner of the mat, letting the palms rest gently at your side, facing the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath through the nose. And exhale, settling into your mat. Taking a moment here to surrender. And I'd like to offer an affirmation to you today. You can repeat it to yourself out loud or silently. I choose to laugh today. I choose to laugh today. I choose to laugh today. Take a nice deep inhale, breathing life into that affirmation. And as you exhale, let the weight of your body fall into your mat and enjoy your Shavasana. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe give your ankles and wrists a few twirls. And then choose whichever side feels good today to turn onto using your bottom arm as a pillow. Taking a moment to maybe reflect on your practice. Revisit that affirmation. Maybe you've already laughed at yourself in this practice today. I know I have. And extending another moment of gratitude to yourself for coming today to the mat, doing something good for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. And then we'll slowly come up to a seated position, any comfortable seated position today. Sitting up nice and tall. We'll take a nice big inhale, rise those arms up and overhead. The hands will meet in prayer, and we'll bring them down to heart center. Thanks again so much for joining me on the mat today for this April Fool's yoga practice. I've had a lot of fun. I hope you have too. And until next time, as always, from my heart to yours.